We're, knock on wood, on the tail end of COVID and the pandemic, and I actually wanted to start off by talking to you about that because you yourself got COVID, and you said you looked like a plague victim by the end of it. Take me through your experience.
I was bad for 2 days. A lot of pain in the back here, on the muscle, the legs. You don't have any power. So it's a bad feeling because it was short, but very intense. But after, in 5 or 6 days, I was okay. But after, you have to stay at home for 3 weeks.
What was that period like?
It's very bad because everybody tried to stay far. No? Also,
Right.
my mother bring me the food and escape.
Yeah.
Usually, when you are sick, all the people stay with you, no, and they try
Right.
to help. In this occasion, you feel alone.
At the start of the pandemic, when the season was postponed, you did not touch a bike for 2 months. What was that like?
Bad feeling. Also was the first time that I don't know the date of the next race. Also for the physical preparation to be ready there. Stop. When we restart, we don't know. So you get lost a little bit because I'm always very worried about the end of my career. I don't want to stop. I want to race because I like. But stop 2 months, no train, don't touch the bike, and no race is you make a step back. No, is a strange situation. But I feel good. So it was maybe one of the first times that I think also without races I can survive.
You almost retired then, but then, correct me if I'm wrong, your parents kind of talked you out of it.
I started to think at the retirement in 2019 because 2019 was the first time that I had problem with the result. I expect to be stronger. I started the 2019 season in a very good way because I did 2 podiums in Argentina and Austin. In Austin, very close to win. And after something happened that when we come back in Europe, I was not fast. So in that moment was the first time that I think that we are close to finish. And after have the 2020, but that season was very strange for the pandemic.
Right.
And at the beginning of the season, I think that I stop. So I don't race in 2021. But after, like you said, my parents, my friends, we changed my chief mechanic in the team. So they all push me and say, don't give up, we have to do another season. So we race also in 21.
What was the hardest part of the decision to retire?
Is from when I was 4 or 5, I always ride motorcycle. So imagine that you have to change your life, and you know that at a certain moment is finished, but it's difficult to be ready, Allora, one problem is that I have a lot of pressure every time, every interview. You stop or we continue, you stop or you continue. And when I said that I will stop at the end of the season, and was very strange because from that moment, all the people that say, you stop, you don't have to stop, you don't have... So before you ask and after, so it's difficult with the journalist, yes.
You had said, though, you lose more by quitting too early when you're at the top. Explain that.
Yeah, I see a lot of other riders or drivers or champions in his sports that want to stop when they are at the top. But for me, it's different. I don't want to stop. So if I'm still at the top, I want to continue because I enjoy.
Right.
So I always said, I give the maximum to the end. I give everything. So after, I don't have any regrets that I said, maybe I can race for another 2 or 3 seasons.
How has retirement been so far compared to what you would have expected?
It was a very positive surprise, the last races. And the second half of the season, after I said that I will stop at the end, because I have a lot of support from all the world, all my fans, a lot of other guys from other sports and everything. And I understand more what I build during all my career. And we enjoy a lot after the stop because we make a lot of casino, and like a party,
right?
You know? Like we won a race.
I saw the video you posted. You guys had
We
fun.
enjoy very much. After, in the next week, 10 days was difficult.
Was it?
It's difficult also now. It's a little bit sad, you know. It's think that I will not race next year. But anyway, is the right decision because I was able to give the maximum and I enjoy. Now I have 2 or 3 months for understand that it's really over, and I think that it will be difficult for sure next January, February, March when they restart. I don't restart.
Tell about the retirement video that a lot of friends and celebrities taped for you. That
Yes, it's incredible. This from actor, from Formula One drivers, or important soccer player, or Roger Federer and everything. And this is good.
so I understand you want to start racing cars.
Yes.
What are your goals on that front?
I always like to race with the cars, and I try always to organize 1 or 2 races all the season. And what's the goals? Good question. I don't know, because I don't know my level. I don't know my speed. I know that I can be quite fast. I will race with the GT cars, and I will do a championship next year that is half endurance, half sprint race. Is another world. Sincerely, I don't know my goals. I hope to be strong.
I want to take you back to when you were a kid and when you were growing up, but I'd like to start by talking about your parents. What do you think you learned from your mom?
For me, I am a special mix between my father and my mother because are very different person. My father is more crazy, open, like this. My mother is more close, more quiet, but she have a great passion for the sports. She understands that a sport is very important for growing up in a good way, because give to you a lot of good things in that helps you in a normal life also. And it is also she like a lot motorcycle racing because she growing up with my father, you know. So she pushed me a lot to race.
What do you think you learned from your dad?
Graziano gave me the passion for races and helped me a lot for my career. And also Graziano is work hard, but is never serious. He's always funny.
When you were 14, your mom and dad separated.
For me, before. I was 10 or 11.
Okay.
Yes, I think.
How do you think that impacted you, looking back now?
It was better like this because they always fight, you know. So when you are a child and you have 10 years old and you see your parents always fight, it's not good. It's a good atmosphere, you know. When they separate, for me it was better for my life. Because first of all, my father was more give me more pressure. Also with the school, you have to study, you have to take these votes. If not, you have to stay at home like this.
Yeah.
My mother was more open. She trusts more in me. So when they separate, I go with my mother. So for me, my life became more easy.
And she moved out of Tavullia to a nearby town.
Yes, before we live in Tavullia, and after my mother moved to Montecchio, that is a place like 5 kilometers. And it was a bit difficult at the beginning because I have to change the school, and I was not in the school with my good friend.
I understand your dad was very strict, that
Yes.
the two of you would argue a lot. How so?
Now, you have a moment, a part of the life where the relationship with your parents, with your father, is always difficult, you know. But now we are okay.
Right.
Yes. When I become more old, like 20 years old, we have a good relationship. Yes. You understand more your father. no, because you become more old. You know, at the beginning when you are very young, in general, you don't want any restriction from your parents.
Right.
You want to be free and go around, don't study. So the parents there, they have to put you under pressure for try to follow a good way.
And how true is it that I was amazed when I read this, that the two of you just started saying, I love you to one another?
Yes, first of all, I don't call him mom and dad, but I call him Graziano and Stefania.
And why? I found that interesting.
I don't know why. Because our relationship is strange. I mean, is not very much of hug or kisses like this. We stay always. Is part of our character. They have me when they are very young. Very, very young, because Graziano have 25 years, I think. And my mother is more young, so 22. So when I arrive, they are very, very young. So I feel them like more like friends.
Tell about the crash that your dad had that caused him to stop racing.
Yes, he raced in one race in the Italian Championship, and he had a big crash with the slow rider, with the lapped rider. In a fast corner for overtake, they touch, and it was a very bad crash, and he was very, very close to death. He stayed in coma like for 4 or 5 days. So when he come back, he don't see from one eye, and I remember him. I stayed with him at the beginning in the hospital, and he have one eye like this, like the pirates, you know. Now he's okay. So okay. Like before. How
did that crash, you think, impact your mom's interest in you getting into racing?
Yeah, my mom at the beginning was scary because Graziano have a lot of crashes, so not easy to a difficult career. So my mom was a bit scary.
What sacrifices do you think your parents had to make so you could pursue racing?
Graziano helped me very much at the beginning of my career, and because I was the son of Graziano. Graziano was famous because he raced in 500, so he was a famous rider, also for his style. So he helped me very much. And
racing isn't cheap, though, either.
Yeah, they spend money. So I don't know if without Graziano I become a MotoGP rider.
Tell about these scooters. When you were a kid, I understand you guys tricked them out.
Yes, when we were young, our Instagram are scooters. So race with the scooters and put the pipe or a big cylinder for have more power.
Yeah.
And was very, very funny. I remember that period of my life from 14 to 18, one of the best. You are stupid and you don't have a lot of problems, and we always go around with the scooter. We have one road close to here that is called Panoramica, that is 20 kilometers with a lot of corners where we always race.
Right.
We always make a battle, you know. I think that the passion growing up a lot in that period.
Did I understand this correctly, that you had your scooter confiscated by the police for a month? At one point?
Yeah.
What happened?
The scooter are out of rules because are faster,
right.
You know? I think I make a wheelie, and I don't know if I was without a helmet, because at the beginning you can go also without a helmet 20 years ago.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, they take me, and they recognize me. I try to escape, but they recognize me, so they come to my house and they say, give me the scooter for 1 month. But this happened not just one time.
Oh, really?
2 times, yes. And Graziano was always very angry with me. And he say, why you did always this casino? But we were good guys. At the end, just this. And we have a big fight with the police.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because they always follow us, you know. They know that we are out of rules.
When you were in high school, why did you convince your high school to have weekly assemblies on Wednesdays?
Yeah, because the most famous motorsport magazine in Italy is called Motosprint. I push a lot for have this meeting so I can read the Motosprint. Yeah, At school was not easy for me.
No?
At the beginning it was not so bad, but in the last years I just want to race.
What was the point where you realized you were done with school?
This is an unforgettable period of my life because in '95 I raced in the European Championship, and after I arrived third, I think, and the first three can race in the World Championship. So I did a contract with Aprilia for '96 for the World Championship, and it's like a dream come true. The problem of the World Championship is that you have to stay out 1 month. And at school, the month of March, April is very important because they make a lot of work. And at school, say to me, if you go, you are out. So you don't pass to the next year.
Wow.
Yeah. Allora we have to take a decision.
And why wouldn't they be more accommodating considering the success you were having?
For you in America, this is very different because the sports are very important, no? So all the students are very supported to make some sport. In Italy it's difficult, and also in the 90s, if you race with motorcycle, it's not a real sport. This was important, for example, for the future because, for example, my brother Luca have the same problem, but they help him a lot because they learn also from my story.
Right.
And now if you race with the motorcycle, it is important, and the school help you. In fact, Luca was able to finish the school, the high school. I mean, me no. So I have to take a decision with my father, and what we do? We do the World Championship, and we stop with the school.
Was that hard for your parents to let you do that?
Yes, a lot. Yeah, because they push always very much with the school.
Especially your mom, right?
Yes,
yeah.
but also Graziano, also my
Okay.
father. Yeah. So it's important. They want that I finish.
Yeah.
But I was not able.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was the right choice, I mean.
When you were growing up, what smart ways did you or your family save money to perhaps get something special?
I always live with my mother at the beginning. She want to buy a new bed, you know? And we always fight because she want to buy always the most expensive.
Yeah.
And I said to her, no, Dai, try to save some money. And I don't like to spend, exaggerate. So I like the things like a good car and everything, but we try to stay always on the line. Yes.
And was there when
At
you
the beginning, your grandmother gives you the money, like €5.
Uh-huh.
And because sometimes I spend time with my grandparents, and he said, bring back some money, don't spend everything.
Yeah. And when you first kind of made it big, do you remember your first purchase?
I buy a Porsche. The first thing that I did when I was rich, I buy a Porsche, maybe in '98, and I had already a car, but my dream is a Porsche, and I buy a Porsche.
And when you were growing up, you would draw pictures of Porsches, right?
Yeah. I always also paint the car, the Porsche. I always like, yes.
So I want to ask you about your academy, because that's really amazing that not only you started that and had success with it, but started it while you were an active rider. But predating that, I want to talk to you a little bit about the inspiration for it and Marcos. Can you believe it's been 10 years?
It's already a long time, yes. At the beginning, we start to help Marco Simoncelli. And I think that he was the first rider of the academy. Because he trained with me in my gym. Also, if we were rivals, we raced together against. And after, in 2011, happened the crash of Marco. And maybe, was very bad feeling for everybody, because it was our friend,
And I know this is a tough topic, but can I ask what you remember from that crash?
Yeah, it's a disaster. was a shock, and also because I was involved in the crash. And this was devastating. It was already very scary, and when I go back and I see the image of the crash in the television, and Marco in the crash lose the helmet, and I say, is a disaster. And in fact, after half an hour, they say to us that was that, but was very difficult. We stay there like 1 hour, like this, without speak. We just cry, and we don't have nothing to say, you know.
It's hard for you even now.
Yes, you know, he's a friend.
Yeah.
He was a friend. He's already 10 years. He's 10 years. But for me, it's very strange. I have the feeling that he's not 10 years. He's 3.
Yeah.
But he's 10. And in the same period, Franco Morbidelli have a problem because his father death. So Franco was a little bit lost, you know. So we say, why we don't start to help Franco? And we start to help Franco. And the academy born like this, you know. I never think maybe Franco arrive in MotoGP.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot at the future. I think just to try to help Franco, and also have my brother Luca. At the beginning was just for fun, and we reach incredible results. And next year we will have 4 riders in MotoGP.
What are your goals with the academy?
Try to win the MotoGP championship with 1 rider. Next year we will race also with the team. But I think that with the team at the beginning will be not easy.
And tell about the business structure that exists with the riders in the academy.
Yeah, it's something unique. We try to help them to find the good team, good money. So we are their manager.
Right.
First. Second, training. So we pass all our experience for train to all our riders. We have a big place where we have all the bikes. So we have a motocross, flat track, mini bikes, R6, R1, all the type of bike that you can have. And we try to improve their skills, but have a big organization behind. Ucho organize everything, but have a lot of people that work for this.
What made you decide to start VR46?
We understand that we have a big potential with the merchandise, because before I make my stuff with the other company.
You were licensing.
Yes, but we understand that our potential is important. So we say we need to organize one structure to make everything in our house. We say we want to do something that is higher quality, and also it's good because when you arrive we have all the 46, all the yellow caps, and we have is a good level because it's 46, is Valentino Rossi, okay, but also because the people like all the stuff, and they use also in the next days.
How quickly did you realize how big of a business it could become?
I think we start in 2008, 2009, something like this, and from the beginning was big. But also after what's happened in 2015, with the problem with the championship with the Lorenzzo Marquez, from that moment in 2016, proprio bam, explode.
Really?
Yes, because all the people follow these bad things that happen, and that are maybe the best year for us.
Why did you decide to start your own teams?
Because we love racing. Is our DNA. Is what we like, and we understand that we have a good potential because we have a good experience with me, and the paddock of MotoGP is like a town. After some years, you start to know everybody, you know. So we have a good contact with everybody. And Ucho, Albi push a lot and say, why we don't make a team? We have to make a team. We have a good organization. We can enjoy.
What made you decide to get your childhood friends involved in your business?
I have always a good group of friends.
And same 5 best friends since you were a kid, right?
Yes, because I feel good. I have a good relationship, and I know that I can trust in them because I growing up with them before become famous, you know. So I have a different relationship.
Tell about when you were in Enzo Ferrari's office and the Ferrari test, and then feeling like the car was faster than your brain.
That was a very good moment of my life. And Stefano Domenicali from Ferrari called me and say, why we don't try the car? No, we have a track in Fiorano where they try the Formula One. It's a track of one minute track, but is interesting. It's fast, have the hairpin and everything. And I say, okay. We organize this, and we arrive in secret the day before because we have to try to keep secret. But that was not secret at the end.
And you actually slept at the track, though.
Yeah, and we stayed in the Enzo Ferrari office alone, me and Uzzo. It was an unforgettable moment.
A childhood dream of yours was to race in Formula One. The then Formula One chief, Bernie Ecclestone, said they wanted you. How close did you come?
I was very close. At the end of 2006, I did a real test, together with the real drivers in Valencia. It was a good test. I was quite fast, and but I remember that was the time when we come back home with a plan where I decide to stay in MotoGP.
And what was it on that flight that hit you?
For Formula One, I was. So I have a plan, but it was not straight with the Ferrari. It was a start with a small car, with a small team, try to make some experience,
right.
And after, if I'm fast enough, arrive to the Ferrari. But I have a lot of question mark. I feel good with the car. I was not so bad, but I want to continue to race with MotoGP. So, and I say no, I continue with MotoGP. But it was not easy. I have also a lot of pressure from my side. Go with the car, go with the Ferrari, because
really?
it's something big, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody when I try to explain, and I try some help for my decision, they say to me, no, you have to go to the Formula One. Yes. Also my mother, for example.
Oh, she did.
Yes. But.
And what are you thinking when everybody's questioning your decision?
I think I have to decide myself. And in my heart, I think that I have to stay with MotoGP.
Lewis Hamilton, how close are the two of you?
He's incredible. His passion for motorsport. His passion for MotoGP, but in general, he's very curious, you know. And I always text with him. He wanna come at the ranch. He's a good guy.
What will you guys message about?
Just usually congratulations after races or support, you know.
So I mentioned to you we've filmed an episode with Lewis before.
Yes.
We also taped one with Nico Rosberg right after he won the championship. How similar is what Lewis went through with his then teammate Nico to what you went through with Lorenzo?
It's very similar, yeah. They are more friends compared to me and Lorenzo, because I think that they raced together from the go-kart.
They did, right.
But it's very similar, you know, it's two top riders with the best team, the best cars, and for us it was the best bike. The problem is that you fight for the same goal. So you have one moment where your road don't go straight. And it's not easy because everybody want to win, yes.
Right, your chief rival is also your teammate.
Yes.
What are the issues it creates?
It's difficult because something happened in the track usually. The tension is very high. And maybe you say something with the interview with the journalist, that you say something bad about your teammate. And it's not easy. It's very difficult to don't have a fight, you know, like Nico and Lewis, for example.
Right. When was it the worst for you?
In 2009 in Barcelona, when we fight for all the race, and I was able to overtake him on the last lap, on the last corner, and also in the team start to have some problem because our part of the team make a big disaster because I won, the other were angry. That was the difficult moment, yes.
And how true is it that it got to the point where you said to Yamaha, look, either he needs to go or I'm going to go?
In 2008, Yamaha decided to make a team with two top riders. I was hungry with the Yamaha because I said, I come here, I won after 20 years. I deserve a rider that is a little bit less than me. But no, they decide to do like this. So this bring me to change bike and go with the Ducati. Because with Lorenzzo was difficult.
What did you say to Yamaha?
First of all, the Japanese engineer that bring me to the Yamaha and work with the Yamaha stop. So I lose a very important part of my relationship with Yamaha. And after I know that Lorenzzo remain, I feel that the team push for Lorenzzo, so I decide to change.
How uncomfortable, if at all, was it then later on reaching out to them about coming back?
Hey, this of the coming back was interesting because
I bet.
Yeah, because I tried the Ducati.
Yeah.
And I don't feel comfortable with the bike. After I have the surgery to the shoulder.
And you flirted with the possibility of going to Ducati before you ever went to Yamaha in the first place.
Yeah, I want to try to win with the Ducati, and because also it's an Italian bike with Italian rider, so it's like a dream.
Yeah.
But when I don't feel good with the Ducati, I go to Yamaha and I say I feel very bad. I want to come back, and they say no, not possible. So at the beginning of 2012, they say to me no way, and I was very worried because sincerely I think I have to stop because I don't want to race anymore with the Ducati. But sincerely I don't have other places that I like. But after 3-4 months, something changed in Japan. And they decided to open the team another time for me, and was a great moment.
Was that better than the first time you signed with Yamaha? Because the day you were supposed to sign the contract,
the first one,
right? You were very late, right?
Very late, yes. And Honda pushed me very much for sign. And but I already decided to go with the Yamaha. So the guy from Honda came in my office, I remember. And he take with the contract, and he say, now is stop joking. This is the contract, you have to sign. If not, you don't race. And I laugh and I say, okay, I take the contract and I give to him. I don't sign. That was a very good moment of my life because I think it was in 2004. I changed from Honda to Yamaha. I won the first race with Yamaha, so this already was incredible. Because
nobody thought that was a remote possibility. Nobody left Honda. If you wanted to win, you stayed with Honda.
Yeah, Honda dominate MotoGP. I stayed with Honda in 4 years, and I won 3 championships. So Yamaha was in a difficult moment, and then, first of all, nobody expected that I move.
Right, nobody did that. Yeah.
Yes. And also because I have a lot of pressure because they say to me, Valentino win because he have a best bike. So I want to demonstrate that is not true. And I moved to Yamaha.
And that almost made you paranoid, right? Like people saying you always had the best.
Yes.
That really got to you, right?
Yes, I was angry because I know that it's not the truth. I can be the faster also with another bike. But at the beginning was crazy,
Right.
Was stupid. More than crazy force.
Everybody in their life has tough periods. You went through, at least what seems to me, a period in the late 2000s that was beyond challenging. What do you remember from just finding out the government was pursuing you for tax evasion?
The media also push a lot on me. I find it in a bad situation because I did some mistakes, but also I know that this can happen from 1 or 2 years before, and I want to try to fix everything, and I push a lot to fix everything because I want to come back in Italy, because I live in London, and it's a fantastic place, but I don't feel good.
Because this is home.
Yes, it's not my home. So I try a lot to come back, to push very much, but I was locked in a system that I was
Really?
Yeah, because I have my old manager, the old people that work for me. They put me in lo spider. The spider have the, come si dice in italiano, si scola ragnatela.
Spider web.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was there.
A web.
I was close there, so I cannot move. So I pay, and I was able to come back. And for me, from that moment, start a new life.
At one point, though, during that process, news came out that you could have to pay as much as 163 million in money back. What was the scariest part of that process?
I arrive in front of my house and I have all the journalists with the camera and everything, but I still don't know nothing. So I say, I pass like this. I say, what's happened? Something bad. And in that moment arrived the news to me. Mm-hmm. The numbers are crazy. What I suffer a lot is that the press destroy me, but also with something that was not true. 163 million. So I don't have that amount of money. But after, step by step, we try to fix everything.
How did it affect you?
At the end, I feel a lot better. Also because I cut with all my old organization, mm-hmm. that at the end bring me this problem, you know? The
lesson learned on your end, having gone through that experience, would be what?
What you learn is that when you work, friendship is one thing and work is another thing. You need to explain to these guys that is over, that is not good, that we need to go in another way, and you become stronger. Because it's not easy, you know. When you pass through difficult period, after if you can survive, you become stronger. After this period, I learned to follow my instinct, and that in the majority of time is the good way.
On the racing front, shifting gears here, you've said before that every rider is afraid right before a race. How so?
You are scary about make mistakes, no? Start bad, make a mistake on the first corner, crash, and is also you are scary also because it's dangerous, you know. Especially the start, the first corner, when you are all together. In that moment, you feel scared. After, when you are on the bike, no, less. But is a different feeling. The bigger problem is more when starting. In 1 hour and a half, we have the race. So that moment is difficult. You try to make disappear all the other things. Your house, your wife, your girlfriend, so what you have to do in a normal life like this, and you try to enter in a different dimension where you think just at the race. And after the preparation for the race is like a ritual, you know. I'm stretching like this, and after I start to put the leather. Also when you put the boots. So when you arrive in the box, and is half an hour to go, you are already not worried. You are more concentrated. And these moments are unforgettable, I think. And after you put the helmet and you bring the bike in the grid. And after when you are on the grid, also there is the pressure growing up, but it's a good one. It's like you become stronger. Mm-hmm. Concentrate and ready. And that moment is good because it's like a drug, you know. It's something that you don't feel comfortable, but you like, and if you don't have, you need.
I can see even in your eyes when you talk about it, it like visibly brings back fond memories.
I think that more or less for everybody, for all the riders, it's like this. But at that moment, the 2 hours before the race are unforgettable because you feel different.
That's what you'll miss the most.
Yes, for me, yes. And also the taste to ride the bike that, when you go fast is funny.
Yeah, but that's why also you've said it's more mental than physical?
Allora, in the last years is also physical because the bikes are really extreme. And physically you have to be strong. but mentally is very important. And what I learn is that some days you are fantastic, some other days less. You don't have a particular secret or a particular trick that can change a day. It's like this.
And why is knowing your limits key to your success?
Because in our sport, the best one is the guy that stay always on the limit, but don't go over. And that line is very narrow, because if you don't stay at the limit, it's more easy. But if you stay at the limit, the risk is go over. So the good guy is always there,
You said when riding, like everything for you's kind of in slow motion. How so?
When you are on the bike, you are in another dimension because you have the plugs, so the noise is very low. So you feel everything. So already this bring you in another dimension. It's like you are on the water. So I'm scared when I go outside to see MotoGP because it's incredible, the speed. But from the bike, everything is more slow.
I've heard you have a computer-like memory of racetracks.
Yes, I remember everything about motorcycle races. See, racing, other riders, other helmet, other number. I can understand which track here, which corner from a picture. But this is not for everything. It's just for motorcycle.
And how much time do you have to spend on a track for you to remember everything about it?
Remember the track and learn a track is a very important part of our job. So if you learn a track fast, you are better. All the centimeter, all the corners like this, you need 2 or 3 years.
True or false, you are aware that the audience, the TV audience, likes close finishes. So sometimes you would allow yourself to win a race, but by a less amount of time, so there could be the close finish.
Allora, it's not exactly like this. I try to play very strategic. So I don't like to escape. I like more to stay, to battle, and try to win the race in the last laps. This is always my style. But because I feel better like this.
Superstitions. First, yeah, I mean, I hear you have considerable ones, but
yes.
First, why would you sneak into the garage like late at night before a race?
Because on my bike I have some stickers that are important for me, and usually in the evening I had the key of the box. And go inside of the box with some friend to put some sticker on the bike.
And what's the deal with the Ninja Turtles?
Ninja Turtles is a gift from my mother. The week before my first race with the mini bike. So I remember that we were in a store, and I like these Ninja Turtles. That is Michelangelo, and my mother buy it to me. Mm-hmm. So from that moment, I always bring the Ninja Turtle in my races.
By the way, what's the deal with you and punctuality?
Always difficult. I'm always in delay. I take this from my mother because my mother is always in delay.
Well, I understand even for business meetings, your team will tell you that it starts actually an hour before it's supposed to, thinking then you'll arrive.
Yes, exactly, like this.
I understand you've said it makes you feel more comfortable if time is compressed and things are rushed, right?
Yes.
Why?
But I need to be under pressure. I need to be in delay to concentrate at the maximum.
If somebody is watching this, and maybe it's not MotoGP or racing they want to get into, but just have success in whatever field it is that they're pursuing, what advice would you have?
First of all, you need to find something that you love. You have to find your right passion, no? That when you play golf or go with the bicycle, you enjoy. This is the first thing. Because for have success, you need to work hard, and you need to find something that you like. Then after, try to understand if you have a particular talent, you know. Try the maximum, work hard, but try to enjoy. This is our restaurant. This is the Vuer place in Tavullia that is in the center. Our pizza is good. We don't eat pasta today, unfortunately for you, but usually pasta is the good thing.
How did you guys meet in the first place?
No, in the circuit of MotoGP, because I worked for a team, like an umbrella girl, for 2 years. And during this period, he started to chat me. I see you, you are beautiful.
When did each of you know that it was actually something serious?
It was long. We need 1 year.
More.
For, yeah.
1 year and a half. He stopped a long relationship before me, and he need time. Very, he needs time to understand. So, 1 year and a half. And after I say stop, or now or never.
Yeah, mi ha dato l'ultimatum.
Yeah. Wait, so
you gave the ultimate?
Yeah,
do you remember?
Yes, I
Time
remember.
is over.
Time is over. Yes or no, yes or no, yes or no.
Right.
And then was in the last chance was in Monza, during the rally of Monza. Monza is near Milano, so for me was easy, go to him. But I go and I said, I stay. I come, but I stay.
Yeah.
Or ciao.
Right.
I was not ready for something serious. I met her a little bit too early because I said now I need 1 year and a half of stay alone.
Right.
You know, for recharge the battery before another story. So after 6 months. So I have always to try to keep her, but not too much.
But so then
I
you
play
did the ultimatum.
I play a little bit when and after we arrive at one moment that he said yes or no, and I say okay, I'm ready.
Why do you think the relationship works?
We stay very well together. We have a good character, and some part of our character are very similar.
We have our space, because at the beginning of the relationship, like the first year, I not live in Tavullia. I work in Milano, my family in Milano, so I come here only the weekend. Now, of course, I stay more time here because I'm pregnant, so I need to stay more easy.
Do you remember how you found out that you were gonna have a baby?
I went to Milano for make the second vaccination, but during the trip I start to have some nausea. I went home and I speak with my mother, and she told me, you are pregnant. And me, no, impossible, no, impossible. And she told me, tomorrow you can't make the vaccination, you can't.
I was in a race. And she don't say to me at the telephone.
That must have been torture for you to
for
have to
me
wait.
it was terrible.
Yeah.
He told me, how was your vaccination? You have the sick? No, I'm perfect, I'm so good, but because
Right.
I'm
And after when I come back from the race, they say to her, come in Cattolica that we go in this pizzeria to drink. And she said, no, come at home, come to take me. And they say, why I have to come to take you that you are on the other side? Come you. No. Come. I say, why? And then when I arrive at home, she say to me,
I'm crying.
I'm pregnant. It was good. It was a shock. It was a shock, but a good shock. I said, okay.
And then we wait 2 weeks before speak with our friend.
Because after we wanna keep the secret. I mean, no.
So
I mean, wanna keep the secret. We wanna a little bit. We have a bit of time for the side,
Right.
And after, when is me, this news is a bomb. Is like a bomb.
we have afraid that if you say this news to someone in 1 hour, everybody know.
Right.
The media. So we stay.
And after we want to make a check that everything is good,
yes.
you know, at the beginning.
Yeah.
So we and after
Start
we,
the first visit, and then we said to our
We said-
mom,
yes.
dad, and then in the middle of August, we take the picture of the doctor
Which
visit
is
me.
amazing. Did you guys decide whether or not you want to find out gender?
It's a girl.
Would you ever want your daughter to race?
No.
No.
I mean, I don't know, but
Yeah.
I hope no. I mean,
why not?
But yeah, for me, she can race. She can make everything.
Yeah.
But I think that if he's a boy, have a lot of pressure, no?
Sì.
You race, you don't race, you race because you are the son of Valentino. If you are a girl, she can do everything.
She is more free to decide what he gonna be.
This guy obviously retired not too long ago. What do you think of it?
In Valencia, I feel so much emotion. I cry all day on the race. I'm
Really?
destroyed. Yes, I was destroyed. Everyone come for celebrate him because everyone know that he's the most famous forever in the
Right.
world, and no one come like him in the history, and I think also in the future.
What do you think he'll be like as a dad?
I think super good. I always
She
know.
hope.
No, I always know that he's gonna be a good father.
Why?
I don't know. I see also he with our dog, for example. He's so sweet. He's very attento.
More kids?
Boh, non lo so.
We'd like have a boy. We
Yes.
try.
Yes.
We have one chance.
Yeah, because I say not more than 2.
But if you have a girl
But it
as a second,
depends.
then you have to go for 3.
Depends.
Yeah.
Depends. Now it depends how we feel with the
Yeah,
first.
Yeah.
with the first.
If it's something good that we can manage.
Yeah.
So you're big into fashion, obviously. What do you think of his style?
Now I dress him
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Yes.
every day.
Do you?
Yeah, like a child. Amore, put this. Change the shoes is not good. The color. I go to shopping for him. He give me the money, the card. Amore, I need the 2 jeans, 2 t-shirts, 2 skirt, 2 cap. Go. And I go. I take. And I
Esatto,
dress
è la
him.
mia personal shopper.
Yes, personal shopper.
Have you found that's helped the style a bit?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, I trust in her 100%. We are in the VR46, in the famous VR46. This is the warehouse of the academy. You cannot imagine how I feel when I'm here because for a rider, this is a dream, you know, to have one place where you have all the bike or your games, you know, is something very cool, you know. This is a normal bike, a street bike that you can buy, but prepare for the track. We train with this bike, so it's very similar to a MotoGP. MotoGP is just lighter, faster, better.
Yeah.
But anyway,
You
it's
put the
similar.
stickers on?
I put the stickers on, yes. This is the sticker that we speak. This is the doctor. Are my dogs and my cat. These are the Ducatis for our Ducati riders, Marini.
So that's your brother's bike?
This is Luca.
Yeah. What was it like racing with him?
Not easy. When he is on the track, I'm scared a little bit, you know? And the fight together was not easy at the beginning because when you look at him, you know he's him, so it's difficult to make an aggressive pass and everything. But this year we fight together a lot of times and it was funny at the end. Moto3, this is the small category, so for our young riders. So we start with 3 bikes. And look now, we have a lot. This is a race bike, smaller. Okay.
And you'll use these to practice the corners?
Yes. On the small tracks, go-kart tracks, and everything. See, but this is very good.
How fast do these go?
140, questa fa. 130, 140.
Wow.
This one make 280, 70.
270 or 80
270
kilometers an hour.
kilometers, yes.
You ever going fast to the point of being scared?
When you are on the bike, you enjoy.
Yeah.
So you're not scared.
Right.
But sometimes you crash and you say, some pain, some problem.
Worst crash you ever had?
I have a big problem with the shoulder that I make a surgery and I broke the leg 2 times. And big one in 2010 in Mugello. Here usually we have Moto3, Moto2. Now stopping with the Moto3, only Moto2. Next year MotoGP.
That's a big deal.
Yes. It's not easy to find the place for racing MotoGP. If you make Moto2, MotoGP is per 10.
Times 10.
Yes.
Wow.
Times 10. Times 10 time, money, everything. People. We try next year. After I let you know. We are very curious to understand our level and if we can manage all the things. This is the place where we have all the stuff, all the e-commerce start from here.
How many products did it start with initially when you started doing this, and then how quickly did it grow?
Imagine that we start with 8 products and now we make 800. Cup.
Wow.
Cup. All the 46 different cup. T-shirt. This is the last T-shirt of Valencia, because Valencia was 14 November 21 and the total is 46.
That's so neat. Oh, you do all the shipping out of here too?
Yes.
How many packages do you ship out in an average day?
300-400 box every day.
Wow.
Yes.
And you employ how many people?
100.
And I hear you might employ the most number of people out of anybody in Tavullia.
Yes. Everybody are happy. It's a good work, and here we have a good atmosphere. Everybody are very involved in the wear, in me, in Valentino, because they always support me from when I was a very child, very young. So it's something positive. We sell the T-shirt. But you open the door and you are in a MotoGP team. And they see the Ducati MotoGP arrive, you say, this is the real bike,
Other riders started reaching out to you to handle their merchandising as well,
yes.
right?
Yes. We make all the merchandising of our riders from the academy. Yes. And we have also other riders. We have riders from Formula 1 also and everything. This is new for us, a new product. And it's not just merchandise, but we do also something for the sport, motocross, bicycle, we do the goggle, all the things for training. Here they make the design of the new stuff.
And you guys will, over the course of a year, create how many different shirts and lines of product?
Around 250.
Wow.
Here is very important because of the kitchen, because it's very important to have a good team friendship.
What are your specialties?
Quali sono le vostre specialità?
We make a lot of specialty. Valentino loves our local fish, so we are proud to make this beautiful fish for Valentino. He's a fantastic man, really. Everything. We love him. He's one of the best men I ever met in my life. Thank you, Valentino.
Grazie a voi.
Proud
Grazie a
that
voi.
you like our boss.
Thanks.
So tell about where we are and the history of this place.
Yes, it's a very old house in the country. This house have around 200 years. This place is where before we have the cow. The cow? La mucca? Moo.
The cows?
Yes, the cows stay inside here.
Really?
Yes, here. But now is the place where we change. All our riders have is space with all this stuff. And here is my place. This is the leather that is very similar to the MotoGP leather. It's from Dainese, but with some modify.
Okay.
When we go on the asphalt, we have the slider because we touch.
Yeah.
Here we don't touch, so we don't have. Protection is very important because sometimes you crash.
Yeah.
And with this one, you are quite safe. This is the place. Is our workshop. We have all the dirt bikes, or the ranch bikes of me, mine, and all the other guys, all the other riders. This is my bike. It's very fast. It's funny, and I have a big acceleration. This bike born for motocross, so for make jumps.
Yeah.
But this one is prepared for a flat track.
Why 46?
46 because the best season of my father in the World Championship was in 79, when I was born, because he finished third in the World Championship, and in that year he had 46. So I use 46 for that reason. We train here every Saturday. Every Saturday flat track. This place have 4 tracks.
Okay.
And sometimes we go with the motocross, sometimes we go in the oval, but the main event is when we use the big track. And when we finish, we make a shower all together, like a football team. And after, we go upstairs. And here is the place where we finish our day. Because we come up, we eat, we put all the images in the television there, and we see the race, we speak about the overtaking, you are a bastard, you know, we fight, always.
Do you actually ever fight?
Yeah, always. We are more or less always 40 people. Here we have the championship with all the points, you see.
What made you decide to start the ranch?
Because before we train at the cava.
The quarry.
The quarry.
Yeah.
The quarry. Okay. But after to find the quarry is always more difficult. So we say, why we don't make a track? This is the first time we arrive at the ranch and we prepare the first track. You see, this is 2011. And after, step by step, we make everything.
Did you ever imagine you would have a place like this?
No, never. It's the paradise for us.
So what are we getting ready to do?
Allora, because the weather is very bad with us today, we make a lap of the big track with my car. Okay, this is a little bit like a rally experience,
okay.
Because this car have 400 horsepower, 4-wheel drive, and so you will be my co-driver. I don't know how much are you scared or how much you enjoy. We have to find the limit.
Nello, who manages the track for you,
And Nello is the track guy.
is not happy with you right now.
No.
Why?
Because the track is not allowed to the cars.
Have you been on the track with the car before?
Yeah, sometimes yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
sometimes
nobody
yes.
else.
Nobody else. No.
And with it raining right now,
Yes.
being on a car with this track is the last thing you should do, right?
Is the worst thing that we can do. Is the worst thing that we can do. Now we do. Adesso, I don't know. Oddio. Mamma mia. Very muddy.
That's good though, right?
Saluta.
Difficult to control?
It's difficult because it's very no grip. Look, it's very. We don't make to exaggerate, you know. But like this is funny. Oh dear. It's not easy. Oh dear.
You ever fly off the track?
No, but you have to keep attention anyway.
I like that it gets you going too. You have it more fun when it's wet.
Oh dear, look. Ooh. It's like ice, cazzo. Oh dear. Oh.
There's Nello watching.
Yeah, Nello,
he does not like you right now.
What do you think? Is okay?
That was so fun.
Okay?
Yeah.
We don't risk too much.
I felt the adrenaline going a little bit.
Yeah. It's good. It's funny. This is the way to ride like a rally. I think that when I stop with MotoGP, I want to race with rally.
Yeah.
But after I changed my idea because I prefer to stay on the track. If you want to race on the rally, you are on the road.
Yeah.
And everything is difficult. It's different.
Yeah.
And also it's very dangerous. So I prefer to stay on the track.
How often do you take it out here?
For me, last time 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not very often.
Yeah. Well, listen, it was a blast coming out. I appreciate you having us to Italy, and thanks so much for doing this.
Grazie. I enjoy a lot. It was good.
Yeah,
Very
great
happy
time.
to stay a little bit together. Grazie. Ciao ragazzi.